The storm came quicker than anyone expected. One moment, the survival training group was descending into the forest valley of Zendos 3, and the next, thick black clouds swallowed the alien sky. Then came the freezing wind-biting, merciless Andorras and the cold rain, sharper than needles. There were 6 in the team, 5 cadets from various galactic species, and 1 human. Protocol Delta 9, snapped Commander Veltar, his luminescent blue skin pulsing nervously. No shelters, no technology. Prove you can survive 3 nights unaided. That had been hours ago. Now, they were wet, shivering, and miserable. No shelter. No tools, no light, grumbled Rennick, a stocky reptilian from Varn. This is a death sentence. We should conserve energy, said Zaltrix, the insectoid. Wait for the rescue beacon to activate in 72 hours. They all agreed, except for the human. Private Eli Ward, the lone Terran among them, didn't sit in the mud like the others. He scanned the landscape, then walked into the nearby thicket without a word. Where is he going? Hissed Krovan, his translucent wings quivering with annoyance. This is why humans fail. They don't follow orders. But Ward didn't care. He wasn't about to die waiting politely. Hours pass. The aliens huddled beneath a rock outcrop, shielding themselves poorly with their cloaks and scales. Rainwater dripped through cracks. The cold intensified. Night fell like a hammer utter blackness. The forest whispered with strange growls. And movements. I can't feel my claws, whispered Rennick. I can't feel my soul, mumbled Krovan. Zaltrix tried to light a small fire with friction. Nothing. Where's the human now? Someone asked bitterly. No one answered. Because deep down, they feared he'd wandered off and died. But just before dawn, a warm scent drifted on the wind. Smoke. Then came the flickering glow of light firelight. What? The aliens stumbled toward it like moths. They found a massive, ancient tree hollowed from the inside. Inside, dry, warm, and glowing with fire, sat Eli Ward. His hands were blistered. His clothes were blackened with soot. But he was alive and warm. You how? Zaltrix sputtered. Eli glanced up, tossing another branch onto the fire. Tree was soft-barked. Use a stone to carve the inside. Fire? Friction, dry moss, and my bootlace. They stared at him in disbelief. You carved a shelter? In the middle. Of a storm? Ward shrugged. Wasn't the first time. Earth forests train us young. Had to do worse during a Canadian blizzard in 41. He looked around. There's room for 5 more. If you crawl in close. They didn't hesitate. Within minutes, the tree shelter was packed. The warmth spread, the fire crackled, and the storm still raged outside, but they were safe. Rennick blinked. We were waiting for rescue. Eli smirked. I am the rescue. By the second night, the aliens had shifted. No longer mocking, they watched Eli closely. He showed them how to twist vines into cordage, how to trap tree hoppers for meat, and even how to make a primitive water filter from charcoal and bark. Humans, muttered Krovan, are terrifying. Eli looked up from his makeshift pot of stew. What was that? Nothing, the winged alien squeaked. On the 3rd night, the storm finally ended. The rescue ship's beacon echoed through the forest. The team climbed up the ridge to signal. Extraction. The commander blinked when he saw them, not frozen, not injured, but well-fed, alert, and even smiling. How did you manage? Veltar asked. The group stepped aside, revealing Eli. Rennick crossed his arms proudly. Human hollowed. Out a tree. Used his boots to make fire, added Zaltrix. And taught us how to skin a tree hopper, said Krovan, now wearing a rough fur vest. Commander Veltar stared at Eli. You disobeyed protocol. Eli shrugged. No tools, no light, no shelter. So I made some. That is protocol, isn't it? Survive. There was silence. Then Veltar nodded slowly. Remind me never to underestimate a human again. Back on the orbital station, rumors of the tree shelter human spread like wildfire. Training officers reclassified several procedures under Terran Adaptive Response. Models. A few cadets began wearing tree bark necklace tokens. In honor of Ward's ingenuity, Zaltrix later wrote in his report, while most species view survival as passive endurance, humans define it as active defiance. We waited, the human worked. And in doing so, we all survived. Lesson learned: never ignore the one who leaves the group. He might just be building the future. HFY